Hello, my name is Ira. So, let me paint the picture. Story time. Back to that again. Story time. Years ago, young Ira. Back when Ira was just a name I kind of was thinking about, and I still went by a insert dead name here. Well, I understood that I was trans. I had finally put a name to it. I had finally accepted it, realized it. But I felt alone. But I didn't have to. And that is what I would like to talk about to this time. Because when I realized I was trans, I felt so alone, like I was the only person dealing with this in the world. For all intents and purposes, I could have been. I might as well have been. Because I didn't know anyone. It would literally be years before I finally met another person that was trans. So, hopefully, by listening to this little story of mine, you don't make the same mistake that I did. So, it's in college. I realize I'm trans. And I feel alone. I am alone. There is a gender support group. I don't even remember what it was called. It was some sort of group for sexual minorities, gender minorities. It had some sort of acronym, and I saw flyers and papers for it in the hallways every so often. But I never went. And here's why. It's because I was afraid of what would happen if I were to actually reach out. If I were to meet any of those other people. I don't know them. What are they going to try and tell me? What are they going to try and preach to me? What are they going to try and change me to be? And so, I didn't reach out to them. I did not. I did not go to any of those groups. I did not reach out online. I just built a bubble around myself and never, ever ventured out of it. And I felt so alone. I could have been the only trans person in the world, and it wouldn't have made a difference, because I was alone. But I didn't have to be. There was that group. There are lots of people online. But I was afraid to reach out. I was afraid to join any of those groups because I was afraid of change, of changing myself, of changing who I am, who I was. I was afraid. But years later, I finally reached out. I finally actually looked into some of those groups, and let me tell you, there are some of the kindest, sweetest people I have met. A really close friend of mine who I have been talking with for so long now. And she is so kind and thoughtful and so sweet, and I learned after finally reaching out, taking that step into the unknown, that there is so much that I was missing. There are so many people. Let me tell you, when you are not alone, it makes a world of difference. It took me years to finally build up the courage to step outside of that little bubble that I made for myself. And that was an amazing decision. A decision that I'm so grateful that I made. I'm slightly disappointed that I didn't try and reach out earlier, that I didn't try before then. But also, I wasn't mature enough, I wasn't ready, and I suppose there was a bit of growing that I needed to do before actually, talking to people. But there are so many transgender women out there, trans girls who are so kind and thoughtful and helpful and sweet and amazing. Try not to be like me. I was afraid to talk to anyone because I was afraid of myself changing, of me changing. So I would ask that you don't be like me. At least try. At least reach out. Try and talk to someone. Look into some of those online forums. Personally, I like Reddit. It was kind of my gateway, so it was a fun place to start. But look into those. Just listen. And it makes a world of difference when you aren't alone. When it's not just you in your own little bubble. So, I hope you enjoyed. See you. Bye.